What is up, everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down for you the 5 best trips and experiences that I had in China over 3 years of living there. And for number 1 and 2, they were super close. I mean, if we're talking Olympics, they were like neck and neck photo finish. But number 1 is Jiuhuashan. Now, Jiuhuashan is so special because it's a Buddhist mountain complex, and it is in the same mountain range as the Yellow Mountains. But this is even better because it combines hiking and nature with the culture of Buddhism. And the entire way you're hiking up through these mountains, you can pass so many different temples and monasteries, and you can talk to the monks and watch them as they pray and chant. It's very somber, but it's very culturally engaging. And it was just so beautiful to look up from the bottom and see temples on temples through mountains. And by the time you get to the top, you are on a temple at the very top of the mountain overlooking some of the best views I've ever seen in China. So just the overall cultural experience of that was something I've never had in my lifetime before. So Jiuhuashan, easily number 1. Well, not easily, close. Number 2 is a close call, is Zhangjiajie, China. Now, if you've been on this channel before, I've talked about this in the past. So Zhangjiajie is in central China, and it is absolutely incredible. This is where George Cameron got the idea for Avatar Floating Mountains, and it also has the 999 steps called the Stairway to Heaven. This was my first ever big trip in China, and it was mesmerizing to say the least. We saw monkeys, we saw some of the craziest natural scenery I've ever seen in my life, and it was overall just such an eye-opening experience to backpack through China. So if you're in China, I highly recommend going to Zhangjiajie. And number 3 on my list, and you can't mention a trip to China without this, and that is the Great Wall. And I know everyone talks about it and everyone knows the Great Wall, but what I did that was different from the rest is my girlfriend and I traveled about 2 to 3 hours outside of Beijing to go to a section of the wall that was not nearly as touristy and pretty unpopulated. And when we got there, we actually had the entire Great Wall to ourselves for the whole day. Now, having one of the 7 wonders of the world to yourself for a day without any other tourists is an experience that I'll forever cherish. It was so amazing just walking along the Great Wall. We did a 14-kilometer hike that day, and we just saw so many watchtowers, so much scenery, and just being on the Great Wall, you could feel the history, and it was just an overall incredible experience. So if you go to China, obviously go to the Great Wall, but if you can, try and go to a non-touristy section. Did I mention we're completely alone? And number 4 is another one you can't mention about China without talking about it, is Shanghai. I mean, what else can you ask for in a city? Shanghai is an international mega city that just had the best food, so much culture, so much history, so many amazing people in Shanghai. It has it all, and everything from the Bund to the Yew Gardens, even Disneyland. It's just has everything you could ever ask for in a city, and that's why Shanghai is easily, if not my favorite, one of my favorite cities on this planet. And number 5 is one that many people probably haven't heard of, and that is going to Fujian Province and visiting Taimou Shen Mountain and Fuding, where we went and picked tea with rural Chinese locals. And this was an incredible experience. We went in a big group, but hiking Taimou Shen Mountain, we visited a temple in the mountains. Seems like a theme on my trips. It's right here behind me is this awesome temple, Guoxing Temple. I got the name right. But over here is the mountain with these amazing rock structures. This place is incredible. And it was just an incredible experience to be there and experience that. And in this mountain, there's so many, it's known for its cool rock formations. So we're standing on these giant rocks overlooking mountains that just have so many rocks everywhere. These giant, amazing looking structures. And then the next day we went to Fuding, which is about an hour away. And here we went onto another mountain range and we visited with locals who own a white tea farm there. And this was an incredible experience as well, because anything with locals when you're traveling, but especially in China, is just so much more eye-opening and such a better experience, because you can really see what it's really like for people living every single day in the mountains, picking tea to be processed. And we learned all about how tea was picked and processed, and got to drink a lot of it too. So China is known for its tea culture, so being able to experience that firsthand was something I'll never forget. So my top 5 places in China over the past 3 years is Jiuhuashan, Zhangjiajie, the Great Wall, Shanghai, and Fujian Province, Taimou, Shen, and Fuding. These were such amazing trips, and if you're going to China, I recommend you check out all of them, if possible. Thanks, guys.